This is a Poet Punch podcast.
Do you want to do an intro?
Oh, fuck. Okay. Shut the fuck up. Okay. Like, let me try and figure out an intro to this.
Okay.
All right. Okay. I'm gonna need
You
silence.
got this.
Yeah.
You got this.
I'm listening.
This is so stupid. Okay. Oh. Hello and welcome to Freaky Fridays. Fuck. That's
Freaky Fridays?
Yeah.
All right.
I got it wrong. All right. You think you can do it?
Yes, I can do it.
Okay. All right. Ready? Go.
Hello and welcome to Freaky Feige. This is a podcast where we try and do MCU pitch documents.
Yeah, that's about right.
That's
Yeah.
about it.
For like obscure and unknown Marvel characters.
And how are we going to do this? We are going to go on to marvel.com/characters, and then we are going to pick a number between 1 and 80,
Which is how many pages there are.
or how many pages there are, and then we are going to roll some dice to see what outcome we get from there. Alrighty.
All right.
So we are going to generate our first number, our first character, and
Okay.
it is
55.
55.
That's
55.
right. 55.
Alright, and
Okay.
now I'm going to spend a whole amount of fucking time going through this fucking page system.
Clicking to. All right.
Bang, 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 bang.
This is probably going to skip right past this, I'm guessing, because this is taking forever. Medusa. Oh god, please don't be an Inhuman. I'm going to be so
That would
upset
be
if it's
so
an Inhuman.
funny.
Oh, Mr. Immortal would have been good. I would have loved the
Mr. Immortal would have been
Okay.
interesting.
Okay, well.
Isn't Nox... Oh no, that's the other one.
Okay, almost there at 53.
55.
55.
Okay. Alright, we got Pixie, Pizza Popper. Who the fuck is Pizza Popper?
From Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness.
Oh, right, he's the Bruce Campbell character.
Yeah, we can't do that.
Oh, that's sad.
Platinum, Pluto.
Plant-Man, Plasma...
I did say it was going to be a P, didn't I? Poker Face. Hold on.
Poseidon.
Hold on.
Poker Face. Do we want to do a little roll from here? We're going to do...
D6.
So it's a D6. Alright, we got this.
6. Last row.
Presents, Pretty Boy, Prime Mover, Prime Scroll, Primo. Primo.
No.
Prince of Orphans. Okay, I'm going to roll one more, and then if it's
fuck.
shit, we'll
Okay.
just ignore it.
3. Prime Mover. Okay, so far we have Prime Mover.
It doesn't even have...
There's no
it doesn't
photo.
even have any fucking splash art. The Prime Mover was a robot built by Dr. Doom.
Ooh, hold on.
And was designed to serve as a gamesman in Secret Wars. In the games as Prime Mover players, real people are often pitted against robot facsimiles.
Fuck. None of us can talk.
Facsimiles. In the Prime Mover's first known game, it manipulated Nick Fury and his agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. into conflict with Dr. Doom, who employed robot duplicates of the Yellow Claw. Who the fuck's the Yellow Claw? And his niece, Suzwan.
Swan. Interesting. The Prime... Okay. I think there's something we can do with this, actually.
There is unironically something we could do with this. Okay, are we then going to check?
Can you look up a photo of the Prime Mover from Marvel, please? I know.
So you can
And I'll describe what I'm seeing.
Audience listeners, everyone, Prime. It's going to probably come up with like Amazon Prime. It's just
Marvel.
showing me fucking trucks.
Put Marvel at the end.
Marvel.
616. There we go. Click on that, please.
616.
This
right. Oh, we're so back. What is that?
Oh. Kind of a weird
machine designed by.
It looks like a weird kind of butler robot.
It's a freaky little boy.
Yeah.
He's got a chessboard and everything. I don't know if we got anything with this.
I think we do. We use this to as our we're gonna like jump in front of the Fantastic Four movie. And we're gonna launch Doctor Doom here instead. I think is how we do it.
I love how we've just ignored we're gonna do any phase.
Do you want to roll the phase?
Roll it and then just fucking ignore it.
Okay.
Because like
no, actually no. I want to stick to it for today.
All right, 2. So phase 2.
Phase 2.
Phase fucking 2 of the MCU try and integrate Prime Mover from Earth 616.
Okay. What about this?
Mm-hmm.
Phase 2. That's Age of Ultron.
Is Age of Ultron like the beginning or the end of it?
End of Phase 2.
End of Phase 2.
Actually, technically, Ant-Man is the end of Phase 2.
Is he?
Ant-Man's the end of Ant-Man's the end of Phase 2, and
oh wait, no, he's
Phase
like,
3.
Yeah.
Phase 3 starts with Civil War.
Off.
Starts with Civil War. Okay. I think we can do something where we build off of Ultron, like the technology of that.
Oh, the technology of Ultron. Okay.
And then it's like one of the Ultron bots is like sucked into the new Doctor Doom universe.
Hear me out. This is basically like Ultron gets like grabs from that timeline, or if we're going down the path of Robert Downey Jr. being Doctor Doom, and then Prime Mover is essentially his version of Ultron when he fucks up at that time. So
Age of Prime Mover.
So Prime Mover is essentially his Jarvis that ends up becoming Ultron.
Okay. Is this going to be a television show or a movie? Let's roll for that
all
now.
All right. What do you want? Heads or tails?
I'll take heads.
Audience listeners, we don't have a coin. All right.
Okay, it's heads.
So what do you want?
Okay, so I think...
What do you want?
I think it should be a show that's
I don't think there's ever going to be a world where you try and go like, guys,
okay,
box office, get in here.
Okay.
We've got Prime Mover.
Yeah. I think it's a show that is set like in the Robert Downey Jr. Doctor Doom's timeline, that universe, but it's the events that are his Age of Ultron, like you said.
Yeah.
But it's a show where episode 1 is the opening of Age of Ultron.
Oh, you know how I would even do the intro?
He's like, I built you to make games for me.
You know how there's that sequence in Age of Ultron where it's all like in the cyber world, and it's like Ultron waking up for the first time and meeting Jarvis? I would have it be like that. Like, you don't like the first thing you start with, you don't even see anything in the real world at the beginning. The first thing you start with is Prime Mover waking the fuck up.
Yeah, and encountering like an evil Jarvis AI.
Yes.
He's like, my prime directive is
to like teach you to be a weird little freaky boy.
Yeah.
That ends up being important in Secret Wars, I guess. Maybe. Is he going to be in Avengers Secret Wars?
We can like leave it open. This could be like the
Prime Mover will return in Avengers Secret Wars.
Like the thing, we're writing this from the perspective of we have no clue what Doctor Doom is going to be in the MCU, right? Mm-hmm. This is still 2024.
Oh, you know what we should do? We should put a timer on, but that's fine. Never mind. We're learning. Wait, how far are we in? 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
All right.
Okay.
We got time.
Yeah, we're fine. So
we can cook.
What I'm thinking is carrying on from what you said, it's like waking up, the whole like, what is this? Where am I? Thing, and then getting greeted by your Doctor Doom bot AI, your standard Doctor Doom bot AI. That's
is
the
that thing in Doctor...
So Doctor Doom has Doom bots, which are his like cannon fodder army. And you have it that it's like the AI that controls them and is doing it. It is like his Jarvis essentially.
Yeah,
being like, you shouldn't be here. Blah blah blah. You have broken into the thing or whatever.
Doctor Doom bot. Is that so? This is a
Doom
bot.
Yeah.
Oh right, yeah, Doom bots. I have actually heard of Doom bot. Yeah. Okay.
Their advanced AI makes them believe themselves to be the real Doctor Doom. So I think that this is it encounters this AI that thinks it's Doctor Doom, but is like trapped in a
Doombot.
Wait, what?
So it's supposed to be a Doombot that goes wrong. Is that what you're saying?
I think it's like he's trying to build the next step, like trying to build Ultron in Age of Ultron.
Oh right, so there was the equivalent of Jarvis is the Doombot system.
Yeah,
kind of like how by Iron Man 3 he's got that whole like Armada system is run by Jarvis, but in his version it is Doombots.
Yeah.
All right, I'm liking that. All right, okay, and then instead of Ultron being this ultra scary being,
it's
it's just this freaky little guy that seems to like chess. Like...
Well, yeah, because I would say that it's like what if we establish?
This is
right. What if we
establish?
establish, because Ultron's brain comes from the Mind Stone, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
What if we establish that the different Infinity Stones all have a?
Well, does it come from the Mind? Oh, right.
Yeah,
it's kind of like
from Loki's scepter.
Ultron's got the thingy.
It's from Loki's scepter. It comes from scanning Loki's scepter. Yeah. So, what if we establish that, like, in this universe, it's a different stone that's been used, and all the stones actually have a type of consciousness. In that,
right? Okay, I get you. I'm just trying to work out what it. So what would it be like? The Tesseract? Which one's the Tesseract? What is the Tesseract? That's move.
I reckon you make it the. I reckon you make it the. I reckon you make it the Soul Stone.
And Infinity Scones. There we go.
Yeah. So the Tesseract is the no, it's the Space Stone. The Orb from Guardians is the Power Stone. The Ether is.
The Marvel Wiki be normal
reality
world, like, where's come on.
It's because it's different in the comics and the movies. Yeah.
No, just show me a normal page. All right. So we've got the Space Stone, Time Stone, Soul Stone, Mind Stone. So it's the Mind Stone, which is in the scepter, right? Okay. Cool.
What if he's a Reality Stone?
Reality Stone, I quite like, because this whole thing in the comics seems to be fucking around with Shield agents.
Yeah. And making and facsimiles of people.
So if anything, some like a little robot that's built from the Reality Stone, designed to mess with people's heads.
He's designed to. So what if he's like designed as like an infiltration bot? It's like you know how Killmonger, his whole thing when he was with the U.S. military is that he would destabilize nations. It's like a robot that's designed to destabilize like organizations like SHIELD and the FBI and stuff.
I quite like this. What I'm going to start moving us to is we're going to look up a little. We're going to get up like Disney Plus, and we're going to get a little. We're going to get a little fucking template of what like a generic MCU TV show is. When the page actually loads, that would be brilliant.
What do you mean a generic MCU TV show? Like how many episodes?
How many episodes are in an average MCU show? Like if we look at like Miss Marvel,
it's six to 9 are the normally that.
3, 6, 9.
Yeah, normally the amount of episodes. So WandaVision is the most, I think.
Is it
with
9?
9?
Yeah.
And so is Agatha, and then the shortest is like 6.
Is Echo also 6?
Oh no, Echo's 5 actually.
Echo's 5.
I
think can do 5. How many would Mr. Feige even allow for Prime fucking mover?
It depends how.
If we're in an elevator with Kevin Feige and we're like, here.
Okay,
hey,
but bear in mind, this is like a soft launch for Secret Wars.
But I think if anything, that would mean that we get fewer episodes, because it would be Kevin Feige saying, "Hold on,
we need to get people involved.
You're not the fucking Russo brothers. You're not allowed to make big decisions. So you've only got a couple of episodes where you're allowed to say."
Yeah, but I suppose it's like we're giving you like part of Doom's backstory.
Yeah, if anything, you're shutting up all the little fanboys that are going, "Hello."
Why are they?
Excuse me, Marvel's rotted from the inside. We've got Robert Downey Jr.
It's like,
shut up.
It's like you haven't seen Rotted yet. Watch this.
Excuse me. We're going to answer all of your questions, all of your needs, all of your desires with Prime Mover.
Well, the movie doesn't have to, or the show doesn't have to be called Prime Mover. It's just about the Prime Mover.
Do we rename Prime Mover?
No, he is still Prime Mover. All right. But the show can be called like Doom Origins or some shit. Fuck off. Yeah, you're about to understand. This isn't like other podcasts. We hate each other.
Yeah, we hate each other so much that we share a production company.
Yeah.
Whereas, all right, okay, episode 1.
You know, I'm realizing we didn't introduce ourselves.
Oh no, we don't need to do that. Don't worry about that.
Oh, that's fine.
Don't worry about that.
You know who we are.
Yeah, no, you know who we are. All 2 viewers. Whereas, okay, episode 1. Right.
Oh no, we let's not get into the structure.
No. Okay, I'll put it down.
Okay.
All right. Episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, episode 4. And get this. Wait, hold on. Are you ready? Episode 5.
Oh wow. That doesn't.
And then a cheeky episode 6, I reckon.
Question mark. Like if we if we need it. Okay, so I think this should be the story of the Robert Downey Jr. Doctor Doom going from his... You know how in Age of Ultron is that the catalyst for Iron Man realizing that he needs to, like, take responsibility for the actions he's made.
It's like the final culmination of...
Yeah, it's what causes
everything that
Civil
happened in
War,
Avengers 2012... Everything that happened in Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
This is his final, like, snapping moment of, like, how the fuck do we actually
And
make
it's like-
this whole saving the world thing sustainable
And it's like...
for a long
And it's
amount
him
of
being like, I need to be more responsible
time.
for my own actions. We need that kind of thing, but in the opposite direction
What
for
if
Doom.
this is, like, the Doom universe's version of how S.H.I.E.L.D. gets disbanded?
Oh, so S.H.I.E.L.D. is still
Well,
around.
because especially because in the comics, Prime Mover is mostly manipulating agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Right.
Right? I would make an argument that this could be the Winter Soldier Hydra
The
big
Hydra...
reveal, like, this is how S.H.I.E.L.D. finally goes down, but in Doctor Doom world.
Oh.
What if anything, I would argue we bring back fucking Agent Coulson. This feels like the kind of thing that Agent Coulson has to deal with.
Okay,
Agent
you're right,
Coulson has to deal with
you're right.
fucking Prime Mover.
Okay,
so
okay.
Agent Coulson from the Doom universe.
Okay, what about this? So this is a universe where there's no Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
I think that there should be no Avengers. There are the Fantastic Four.
There are the Fantastic Four, so this is the same universe. If anything, this is still because isn't as of recording this is what, the 22nd of November 2024. The main thing that we know about Fantastic Four
is that it's another
is
universe.
that it's in another universe and it's set in a different time period.
Potential. It's either going to be set in the
60s, like in the space
1960s,
age.
or it's the 1960s futurism. So what the 60s thought the present day would be
Right, like if the space age continues.
Yeah. So
Mm.
I think we can do something there where the Fantastic Four take the place of the Avengers.
Yeah.
So there's no Avengers.
But there
And-
is still S.H.I.E.L.D. In some way,
Doom,
S.H.I.E.L.D.
and
is still
Doom,
fulfilled.
I think at the moment at least, should be somebody who is adjacent to the Fantastic Four, but he's not their villain yet.
Yeah.
And
He's basically the equivalent. Like, if you look at it from S.H.I.E.L.D.'s perspective in the Doom universe, he's kind of the same level as Tony Stark at that time, right? Who is someone that they see as potentially a savior of the world, but ultimately very unreliable and untrustworthy. It's just that instead of him being a little fuck up rich boy kid, he's just a malicious, evil man.
He went into that. We can have moments in this where he talks about like emerging from the cave like Iron Man, but like coming out with completely different morals.
Oh my god! If it's like, if you're going really like this is the Tony Stark of this world, and you're going for the cave analogy, that's surely when he gets all of the metal shit on his body and it's fused and he can't do anything about it.
Yeah,
we're getting
like
too far into Doom, but like I am.
I think we can do this. This is why I think 6 episodes, because one of these episodes becomes a flashback
a Doom
about that's Iron Man 1, but it's Doctor Doom.
Is this just our version of, hold on, let's explain the Robert Downey Jr. stuff before everyone goes apeshit?
That's exactly what I'm doing. We're fixing this problem
We're
right
fixing
now.
this problem before the Russo brothers could even just fix their own
And
problem.
we're doing it through the Prime Mover TV series, limited series. The limited series. It's an event.
It's like Loki, guys.
It's like it's
just like Loki.
It will be. We'll get.
And by that I just mean buzzword for it's good.
Yeah.
Whereas,
Prime Mover should be voiced by Paul Bettany.
Which was Paul
Or
Bettany again?
Vision.
Oh, right, yes.
He's either voiced by Paul Bettany or he's voiced by James Spader as like the Ultron.
I'd rather James Spader.
So it's literally Ultron.
I'd rather it's basically opposite day all the way down. And so instead of him being like this sinister character, we basically get that actor to go, okay, and I'll try the exact same character again, but this time...
But you're a good guy.
You're not a good guy per se, but you're a little bit clumsy and a little bit goofy.
Okay.
And you are very much an underling to Doctor Doom rather than pissed off every time anyone compares you to Tony Stark when you're Ultron.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I'm beginning to see the
this
vision.
Is surprisingly cooking. and it even works as Phase 2. So I think what we do is we have basically two bits of the timeline at the same time. So we have the contemporary, this is the equivalent of Phase 2 as like the present day arc going through this series.
Yeah.
And that is essentially the Age of Ultron for the Prime Mover. And that's him like eventually getting to a point where he battles SHIELD agents.
I think what it should be
being a soft launch for Secret Wars.
Where
it could be like a test field where they're like, well, we'll get like little.
I think it should be establishing that like the Fantastic Four has not dealt with the rise of the Hydra takeover of SHIELD in the same way that Captain America on his own would have. And so Hydra has
they've never even considered working with SHIELD.
Yeah,
probably.
And so Hydra has now fully taken over SHIELD. And it's this like unlikely alliance between the Fantastic Four and Doctor Doom to take down like Nazi SHIELD.
Oh, what, like SHIELD is completely...
But from the perspective of somebody with no context.
Wait, I'm confused now.
So,
Hold on.
So this is what is going on in the series, but you're being brought up to speed the same way that Prime Mover is, because he's literally born yesterday, like us,
in this universe.
So we're given it should be structured in the way that it's like we are finding out about this universe the same way that like Ultron finds out about Earth in Age of Ultron.
Right.
Like going around learning about it and slowly gathering this idea that humans are like this. I
actually really like that, because you can basically do the same opening as you do with Ultron in Age of Ultron, where he's slowly gathering all of the information about the current MCU timeline from that whole like internet search thing.
Yeah, and you make it last longer.
No, I wouldn't even say make it last longer. I say have the exact same like scene duration time, but we're just getting snippets of what that universe is like.
Yeah.
In a really flashy way, where it's like, what's going on with Hydra? What's going on with SHIELD? What's going on? Whoa. And you're trying to like piece everything.
I think it works well because then it puts the audience right in the same perspective as our hero, the Prime Mover.
Are there any other pictures of this man? Because
no, it looks like it's. Yeah, he's just a weird little robot man.
Is he like?
What? Oh, does he become like a god?
Oh my god, he's in a team.
The Prime Movers looks like it might. That might be a What If comic.
Okay, so that's...
Oh, it's the same photo. Okay,
but this is a restored. Okay. So here's right. Hold on. We've got an image.
Well, he's playing chess with Dr.
You see,
Doom.
Prime Mover, despite your meddling, my first gambit has succeeded after all. The game is not yet concluded, Dr. Doom. Okay, wait, no, I actually love this.
So it's like
he's just chilling in Latveria the same way that Jarvis is chilling with Iron Man in the little garage. Oh.
Yeah, and it can be a show about like he's like being mentored by Doctor Doom and slowly is realizing how it should be
evil.
That he's realizing how evil Doctor Doom's like mindset is going to lead him down. And so he's trying to stop this Hydra takeover of the world, help Doctor Doom and the Fantastic Four, and also decide where his own morals even lie.
Yeah. Is there anyone on the Fantastic Four you could get for little mini cameo. Because I don't think Kevin, Mr. Feige upstairs is ever gonna allow us to have 4 significant A-list celebrities on this TV show about a little robot freaky dude that was in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. comic books.
I would have it maybe only Reed Richards.
What, Pedro Pascal?
Yeah, we don't.
What?
Let's not.
Wait, do we have Pedro Pascal money? I don't think we do. I don't think we have Pedro Pascal money.
I think we should not think about the budget, and we should write. We should write what's in our hearts.
Right was pure. Right was pure. I agree. I understand now. Hopelessness. Where's... Okay. Right. So I think... So episode 1, you start with... You start with the... with the Age of Ultron intro.
Yeah. But, like, not the film intro, the like, Ultron waking up.
Yeah.
Scene.
Prime... Optimus Prime.
No.
Prime mover waking up.
Waking up, yeah.
Right. And potentially being raised by Doctor Doom. I could see that.
I think being raised is too much of a son. I think it should feel more like when he, like when you see scenes of a marble just fell. We'll cut that out.
We won't.
Anyway, as I was saying, like when you see scenes of like Iron Man developing his suits.
Yeah,
it should feel like that especially in Iron Man 1. It's in Latveria, yeah.
Is it Latveria or Latveria?
I always say Latveria.
All right.
This is still episode 1.
Yeah. Still episode 1. All right.
And I think like it can involve scenes of Doctor Doom slowly letting his ideology come through, which is that maybe he is the only one who's really qualified enough to save the world.
Like maybe you have the equivalent of the Iron Man 2 segments where Agent Coulson tries to swing by the house.
Yeah,
I think Iron Man 1 and Iron Man 2 stuff, and then Doctor Doom is just so unimpressed by this.
Yeah.
Because I think in the main timeline, even though Tony Stark is like, look at these fucking clowns.
He wants to be
a little bit of him's like, okay, wait, they know my dad? Oh, wait. I'm kind of interested. What's going on? And there's a little bit of like an aura of heroism around S.H.I.E.L.D. at that time for him.
Yeah.
I think Doctor Doom probably just thinks of Agent Coulson and Nick Fury as these little fucks.
Yeah, he's
so unenthusiastic.
He's like
about
the American government.
Yeah.
Why would I bother like stooping so low as to deal with them when I could just solve the problem myself?
Yeah, no, for sure.
And
do you think they're going to make it be Latveria as well? Do you think that's going to be a thing that they do?
I reckon they'll probably give it about equal. At least they'll give it equal attention that they do in the original Fantastic Four movie.
Oh, where it's barely mentioned?
Yeah.
I still think that movie is brilliant because they just ignore that fucking thing and then they go back to it afterwards.
Yeah, I think
it's kind of like hold on, we're not going to just spend like 20 minutes.
I think it makes sense. It makes sense for that movie to not do it because it's like, wait, what country is this? Where are we?
Yeah, I really like him as that weird tech billionaire.
I mean, he normally is. He's normally like a poor kid in Latveria who makes it big in America, comes home, overthrows the government, and becomes like the king of Latveria.
Yeah.
So this is clearly a later stage Doctor Doom, which makes sense anyway because it's older Robert Downey Jr. So you would get the feeling that he's a controversial political leader, but they still go to him for things because he's got superpowers and he happens to know the Fantastic Four quite well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's probably it's probably like the more. It's almost like they know what they're doing when they're casting someone.
It might
in a similar because I think it's even more interesting because Shield never wants to go directly to Tony Stark for anything.
No,
like ever at the beginning because they are like, this is a reckless playboy billionaire whose main like fame right now is like war munitions. Yeah, and then suddenly they're like, okay, right, but he does know his shit, and for some reason his dad, who helped found our organization, is in support of him despite barely knowing him. I think they probably have the same level of resentment that they have to come to Doctor Doom for anything.
Yeah,
like Shield
it's like
an organization,
especially because then it's in a different country, which means they have to.
Yeah,
there's a lot of paperwork behind even just getting into Latveria.
That's
to
why I
ask
love
the
the idea of someone like Agent Coulson being that person that's involved in the story, because they could definitely how do I phrase it? They could definitely just get that tedium.
There's also the possibility of making Agent Coulson the only Shield agent that he even remotely tolerates as well.
Yeah,
like he's met him. You get the feeling that he's met him before.
Yeah, and that's it.
It's like he's met him before, and
Ooh, I know how you introduce Agent Coulson. You kind of do it like fucking Dracula with Mr. Harker in like the lawyer coming from London. Going to this weird, damp, abandoned castle.
We could definitely do that. That would be. I don't think that would be.
That would be a weird episode.
I think that's
episode.
I think that's episode 2.
That's when you finally introduce Agent Coulson.
Yeah, episode 2 is Agent Coulson.
So episode 2 is a Dracula ripoff.
So I think episode 1 for us needs to very quickly establish the differences of this universe compared to the main MCU.
Wait, which one? Episode 2
episode
or episode 1?
Episode 1 is getting that ground.
I'm kind of more okay with episode 1 being the let's introduce these characters. So it's more of a focus on who is Prime Mover and how is he related to Doctor Doom. And then episode 2 is the, okay, and now you get the wider context.
Right, but I think you can do some of that through Prime Mover's inexperience with the universe. Born,
him accessing the internet immediately, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and being like every time that a new Doctor Doom mentions Reed Richards, you get like him being like Reed Richards and then like looking him up.
Yeah.
And getting like brief little pieces of the history between them. That's not like enough that it's like that it encroaches on whatever the Fantastic Four movies territory ends up being. But it's just enough that it's like a little taster
and that you know how his character feels.
Yeah.
Be it resentment, respect.
Yeah.
Whatever the usual stuff.
Usually all of the above.
Yeah. I don't even see this thing being a 6-episode thing.
Let's see what we can.
What was the conclusion you get to this?
I think.
Because he's kind of in that weird position where he's so stupid and insignificant a character, and yet also all of the implications around him involve Doctor Doom, Fantastic Four, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., all of these big.
I think I know how this story ends, which is that we defeat Hydra with the same kind of thing of the original S.H.I.E.L.D. agents returning to work and fighting off the Hydra agents under the tutelage of the Prime Mover and Doctor Doom, and then the final bit of that is Doctor Doom then ordering that the other S.H.I.E.L.D. agents also be killed off.
Yes,
but to stop the spread of the infection.
If we look at what Winter Soldier was, that was them stopping all 3 of those helicarriers from just controlling the world.
Yeah,
I can totally see a Doctor Doom version of that where he's kind of this placeholder for both Steve Rogers and Iron Man at this point. Basically saying, okay, right, so we've saved the day. Now can I have the keys to all 3 of those helicarriers?
Yeah.
I'm the most responsible person in this universe.
Yeah,
and therefore...
I think there should be I think maybe the end of the second to last episode, whichever one it ends up being, should be the helicarrier takeover from the end of the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
But with...
like, we really emphasize we are giving you a really first snippet of what the Doomverse...
But it's also happening out of order as well to our universe.
A little bit, but it's kind of like almost a previously on.
I think each episode could be like an hour, but yeah, I think you're right.
But like it's like a kind of like this is what this would have been like. This is what Winter Soldier would have been like in this world. This is what Iron Man 3 would have been like in this world. This is what Age of Ultron would have been like in this world.
Yeah.
Bang bang.
But
bang,
I think we are still telling it in a mostly linear story still.
Well, are we? Because we've broken.
No, but okay. Bear in mind what we've changed so far.
Yeah.
Is that Winter Soldier doesn't get wrapped up the same day it starts.
But even
in this,
then,
and Winter, so the idea
started with Age of Ultron,
yeah,
and then gone
which
to
means
Winter Soldier,
yeah, but
which means we've gone back.
No, we haven't, because Winter's the Hydra takeover starts before Age of Ultron. Before we start,
right.
The Age of Ultron, the creation of an AI happens, while Hydra is still in control of, say, most of America.
Yeah,
and then we are dealing with the takedown of this universe's Hydra through Doom, and we can say that maybe the Fantastic Four are no longer
in space.
Bang, they're solved. They're in space doing
they're getting
tests.
fucking Peter Quilled, like,
or
they're elsewhere, like,
or they've been captured or something.
Yeah.
And it's and Doctor Doom is the last one left who can do anything about it, and he promises
this might even be at the point where the Fantastic Four, whatever happens in Fantastic Four, where they're maybe in our universe now.
Yeah,
is just Doctor Doom is the only person who's in charge.
They are missing.
Yeah,
and the Hydra government claims they have them captured, but do they? We don't know. We don't know. And maybe there's a credit scene.
Who knows, Mr. Feige? It's open to possibilities, Mr. Feige.
Exactly.
Mr. Feige, we're not locking anything in, Mr. Feige. Yeah. Don't worry.
But I think what we can then do is that Doom promises that he will sneak on board to the ships, change their targeting systems the way they do in the original movie, and he tells Coulson, who is a non-Hydra Shield guy, that he's like, look, I will.
Coulson's kind of like the equivalent of...
I'll destroy these things that are keeping the Western world hostage, and I will liberate America for you. And
Agent Coulson, the only standing Shield agent,
the only standing Shield agent who hasn't been arrested, who's been fleeing like through Europe for ages.
Yeah,
and then plot twist number one.
Nick Fury should be killed off at the beginning.
Oh,
for the record, this is because otherwise this is just why the fuck are we talking to Agent Coulson?
But then I think that's what we do, is that we do one of the episodes as a flashback of, so we do different flashbacks through as cold opens for different episodes. Maybe.
Yeah.
So we can see like how the Hydra takeover started. We can see how he became Doctor Doom. In this world. Like we do all of that stuff in smaller flashbacks that are different movies. And so the way that it ends up is that Doctor Doom then has full control of the helicarrier equivalents, because it might not be exactly the same.
It'll be a gimmick, which is the equivalent of what that beat was in Winter Soldier.
Yeah. And then the real twist at the end of the show that's really dark is like we've like arrested all of the Hydra people.
So is this right at the end of episode 6?
We've got all of the Shield people. And then, you know how in Winter Soldier, all of the ex-Shield employees go and get work in other departments?
Like,
they go, Sharon
Maria
goes
Hill has to go to
Stark and like stuff like that. What Doom does is he gets everyone at Shield executed, as a way of saying, we don't know if we got everyone. If everyone who turned code,
this whole place is compromised. Bang.
Yeah.
Everyone gone.
Even if you weren't aware of Hydra, you've been brought up. You've been trained by somebody who was Hydra, or you've been in a room with somebody who's Hydra, who's maybe, even if they've not convinced you to join, they've given you ideas that that will lead to this kind of problem.
Evil Western.
Yeah. And then he's like, so unfortunately,
everyone is killed, including Agent Coulson, probably, right?
Yeah.
And then that's essentially the beat from Avengers.
And then what we can do is, at the same time that that's happening, and they are all killed off, by the helicarrier things that are built to target everyone.
I've got it. I've got how you do this. I've got how you get a prime mover in this world, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then scrap him before Doomsday ever happens. Is that the whole reason why Prime Mover was made? Was to guarantee that S.H.I.E.L.D. gets destroyed, like his comic counterpart, who is supposed to be fucking over S.H.I.E.L.D. agents in the Secret Wars thing.
But it's Hydra S.H.I.E.L.D.
This is essentially just his entire purpose. So he is like the Ultron equivalent, and his entire purpose was to remove the protection measures that were around that was not the Fantastic Four. So anything that was like S.H.I.E.L.D., anything that was Hydra, anything that was like an organization of note, gone.
Yeah.
Prime Mover is designed, whether he knows it or not, to remove all of those things.
Yeah.
So his whole objective is that.
And I think we can have like a Godfather style like ending of like the people getting executed from the helicarrier type ship, where it's just people getting like sniped from space.
Yeah.
Like just like a politician is walking down, is like giving a speech, and
it's
boom,
almost like,
and like
I know there's already a what if, but it is already. It's kind of like the oh shit, what if that actually did happen though?
Yeah.
From Winter Soldier, it's like okay, what if Mr.
And
it's not even Mr. Stark, I guess. It's what if
like
fucking Doctor Strange got fucking blattered?
Oh
and then,
yeah. But like that equivalent of like who all of the Hydra people are getting killed, and then whoever like all of their associated family members.
Yeah, like there is no Ultron Scarlet Witch subplot where there is like one remaining Hydra cell. It's fucking gone.
Yeah,
it's drone striked. It's orbit bombed. Like it's gone. That
and it begins
and
it's like
is not there anymore.
And it begins and that kind of begins Doom's like. You seeing how far different he is from Tony Stark, where all of Tony Stark's talking about a shield of armor around the world, and Doom has secured one for his
Doom
world.
is just like, but what if we just
did
it and we did it properly?
And you know, getting rid of threats, foreign or domestic, like like that way.
Okay, I really So
having Prime Mover be the one to kill Coulson personally.
I don't know.
I think it's like, I'm sorry, boss.
like the more he goes through the plotline, the more he realizes that is very much his nature, and that's what he's intended for, and he doesn't really deserve or get a subconscious a feeling.
Yeah.
So someone that was probably quite because he was conveniently there in episodes 1 and 2, and was probably someone that was a formative experience for him as a weird like artificial intelligence being.
Yeah.
Does have to die no matter what, and so he's not allowed like human feelings. He is very much just a program designed by Doctor Doom.
And he could even have like a thing where he's like, I'm sure you are innocent, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because like instead of it being like, you know, but like I have my order, but just it like none of that matters compared to the wider threat that you being allowed to live has.
Okay, what I really like with the episode structure is essentially, while there's a little bit of crossover, essentially going, okay, this is the equivalent of this film.
Yeah.
But as a 45-minute block.
Mm.
So I really like the final episode being Winter Soldier. And then I really like episode 1 kind of being Age of Ultron.
Mm.
But then like little bits of Iron Man 3, I guess, in some ways. In some ways.
What do you mean by that?
I don't know, because I see it more as like Iron Man 3 is it's the thinking man's Iron Man. It's the one where he ponders everything after the events of Avengers. So it's kind of like Doctor Doom is building this robot, going, okay, what went wrong after?
I think you can give this a very kind of Wolfenstein 2 vibe of like there's bits of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that are set in like a simulated universe of Hydra taking over.
Is this how we get Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. to be canon?
No.
Is this how we implement it?
But
It's
I think
impossible.
we could definitely implement actors from Agents of Shield to play their play their counterparts,
I actually
especially
reckon that's
with
something you can
the main guy in Agents of Shield who turns out to be Hydra. I cannot remember his
do.
name.
That guy, yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Whoever that is.
yep.
My favorite guy that was
Some
in,
fan of Agents of Shield is gonna kill me.
Yeah,
but, like, how dare you not know? Thing is like that.
It was the man in Until Dawn.
Yeah, the guy from Until Dawn. Until Dawn.
Until
Hydra.
Dawn man gets zapped.
Yeah.
Okay, but I like it. I think if anything, shorter the better. And it's just that you have like 45 minutes, hour-long blocks of episodes that are kind of like, this is what this beat was from Phase 2 in this world. So, Age of Ultron, Winter Soldier, and then...
we could even deal with, like...
what would be another big beat?
We could even deal with the Dark Elf invasion.
Oh my god, no!
Because
I recently watched For the Dark World as well. It is so dog piss.
But we could.
It is so.
But this is what's good, is it? Because
It
wait, because it's a different universe. Things
Right.
don't have to happen in exactly the same order.
Mm-hmm.
But the convergence is like a universe-wide thing that happens on a specific date. So if we say that Hydra reveals themselves 2 years earlier,
Sure. Which one's the convergence again?
For the Dark World, it's all of the sphere
Oh god, that's what they call it.
Yeah.
It's the only reason why I forgot that is because the only way that they could possibly fathom to explain it to you was just to go, oh fuck, Anthony Hopkins is a good actor, so we'll get him to monologue the plot to Jane and Thor, and then they nod, and then you move on.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that movie. Yeah.
I mean, we have Guardians, but
we have Guardians, but I think
we leave it.
Yeah, leave it.
But I think you could definitely do, the Dark Elf invasion, kind of like in Invincible, the invasion of those random aliens.
Right. Yeah.
That's like it's like a thing that's
kind of like, this is the villain of the week.
Yeah,
because it is essentially villain of the week.
Yeah,
but it's a fucking 2-hour-long movie.
But it's like a villain of the week. That's happening in the but those events are kind of happening.
Are we
in the back.
abandoning the reality stone being what he's made out of?
I think so. I think
because then that would massively change things with For the Dark World.
I think we can, or we could have it that the Doom defeats.
Oh, X-Men. Hey, implement the X-Men.
I do think, right, that parts of the mid structure of this should be what's our character's name again?
Sorry, my bad. Prime Mover.
Yeah. sorry. I apologize all my mover heads, but so I think that a good portion of this story should be like a buddy cop, Prime Mover, and Coulson trying to get through America, trying to get sneak past and get to certain things where they can figure out a way of taking down the helicarriers.
I really like that being. So I think. Hear me out.
Oh, okay.
It should only really be about 3 to 4 episodes.
Okay.
And they're just kind of 45 blocks, and it's more just this is a weird thing that you get shown just before Doomsday comes out.
Okay.
It's like a teaser. It's like okay guys, please come back and watch Doctor Doom in cinemas, so that we can get the money.
Okay.
And here's the reason why you care.
But part of what why I was saying that it should be moving around America and stuff is that you can do stuff like this universe's version of Spider-Man.
But okay.
And you can because it's wait.
So you know how Agent Coulson does that thing where he just travels to Fort halfway through Iron Man 2, he's just fuck, I've got to go to New Mexico. This is essentially that version of it, but it's do you want to tag along? Prime Mover?
It should be that it's I'm assembling not this group of Avengers, but I'm assembling the pieces I need to assemble.
Shield is fucked, so I need to find some outside sourcing.
A resistance group, or and you can have things like Spider-Man and Daredevil of this universe. You can have
the 4 movies. So that episode is a road trip, finding anyone who can take Shield / Hydra down.
Right. So one of those episodes, if we're doing the Thor movie thing, we could do if we're sticking with this idea.
Oh wait, hold on. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to episode 1. Prime Mover wakes up. We get snippets of the universe, and then Agent Coulson comes to the door, right, and exposits about Winter Soldier BS, right?
Yeah.
And then Doom's Mr.
Doom offers up like
Prime Mover
being like, I cannot leave Latveria.
Oh,
because I am protected under my own country here.
I think I've worked out why Doctor Doom would ever give Agent Coulson Prime Mover.
Why?
And I think so you know that weird little grabby claw thing in Iron Man.
Oh, yeah.
That little robot.
Oh,
he's fucking berating.
Yeah.
This isn't just Ultron. This is a combination of that little fucking grabby robot and Ultron. So he's kind of like a failure kid.
Yeah.
He's probably like a first iteration of a Doombot that he wanted to build that he fucking hates.
I also think that we can get away with not having Doom, Robert Downey Jr. in every episode of this by being like, by having Doom be like, I can't leave Latveria because I'm safe. I'm safe in my own country, and I have to make sure that my country doesn't get invaded by Hydra. But I'm gonna send you out, and you have like the Doom AI copy personality in you anyway, with a different actor's voice, and like
with Mr. Ultron's voice,
or it might not even be James. Maybe we could just have someone else.
Yeah. To be fair,
and we could have somebody who we can be like, oh, he is like the younger, we have a younger voice that's like, oh, I assume that's what Doom sounded like when he.
You could almost argue that this just becomes a weird what if season. So it's disguised as a what if season.
You could animate this to make it cheaper.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm thinking, is that you make it really cheap, and then you essentially make it the next what if season, but it jars everyone at the beginning, like, hold on, why the fuck are we no longer on the Agent Carter Captain Britain storyline? What's going on? Why do we now need to care about Prime Mover? And then eventually it's revealed that this was the Doomsday universe. I think
what I would not do that because
it would piss everyone off. Fair enough.
But I think it being like animated is still like brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Conceptually doing it animated.
Yeah.
Maybe changing the style a little bit from What If, but not too much. Like so that it's slightly visually distinct from the What If.
Well, like how 97 is distinct from What If.
Yeah,
but it's its own individual art style somewhere in between.
Yeah,
or not in between per se, but yeah.
And yeah, so I would have it be that it's about trying to get these resistance groups organized and being like, hey, on this day we're going to be taking down the helicarriers, and then I need you to like begin your takeover of each territory that you're in. And Spider-Man, I need you to help work with Daredevil to take over New York.
So who would be these characters?
What I think we can pull from all over.
Because I can see it being that we briefly visit New Mexico and we get a little bit of Thor. We get a little bit of Thor, but we get a kind of version of Thor that isn't
we get Boulder.
Ooh? Which one's Boulder again?
Boulder's the brother of Thor from God of War, who's the actual mythological.
No, but I meant more like we have the same, like Chris Hemsworth from New Mexico crashes down, but he never really truly learns the values that he's supposed to learn. So he is just a really stunted man-child who wants to get redemption in some way, shape, or form. And the shape or form that he gets given is Prime Mover and Agent Coulson roll up to town and say,
I think there's worry that you kind of become a bit like the first season of The Mandalorian, where you're like, we move into town, we save town, problem, we leave. Hey, I need
plotline from this movie.
Please, I need ship part. I can give you ship part, but I need save town. I will save town if you give me ship part.
This
Deal.
is the way.
This is the way. Like I don't think it should be.
But instead of The Mandalorian, it's the Prime Mover.
Yeah. I think we can call this
Spider-Man for sure.
What if we did a
Daredevil?
That's what I'm saying, Daredevil. What if we called this?
That's what I'm saying.
What if we called it? We don't call this the Prime Mover show.
How dare you?
It's called the
Moving About.
No. Fuck off.
It's called Prime Moving About.
No,
because it's a road trip movie.
I was gonna call it like Age of Hydra or something, where it's like marketed in a way where you're like, oh, this is an interesting like what if spin-off.
You know how there's the Don Cheadle Armor Wars, which Don Cheadle doesn't even realize that he's on. Supposedly, this is just Hydra Wars.
No, we can't call it
Hydra Wars.
No, there's too many things with wars in the names.
Secret Wars,
Secret Wars, Armor Wars. Infinity War, not too much. I think we could definitely do like evil versions.
What?
I think we could definitely do like evil versions.
He goes sicko mode at some point.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, it's Marvel. Every character becomes a god at least once.
All right, well, sorry, back.
But like, I think we could definitely do like a James Rhodes who has never grown up with Iron Man.
Like a
Rhodey that has no Iron Man. So he's just a military
guy. Marine.
He's just a military guy who is then like, this is fucked up. Like,
you just like Rhodey enough that you're trying to push him into this.
Shushy. We can get Sam Wilson as well. We can do we can definitely have like Doctor Strange and stuff of this universe.
We could get Doctor Strange. We could get because
Wong. We can get Wong.
I think we get Wong because Doctor Strange probably never gets to the point where he becomes a significant person.
Oh, because they killed him off already.
Yeah, they've probably killed him off, or he's just a surgeon still and irrelevant.
I am a surgeon.
Dr. Han.
Yeah.
So I reckon it's the boys. It's the boys and the boys being.
All right, how are we doing for time?
Oh, that is a fantastic question.
we might have to cut some of this out.
5 hours.
We've been going on for a while.
Okay.
That is an hour. We've been talking for an hour.
Okay. So let's wrap this up then, because
I
think we are close. We're close. We don't have to have a play-by-play for each episode.
We got Spider-Man. We got Rhodey.
Yeah.
And we got.
I reckon we can do one of the Black Panthers. Maybe is it working
one
about?
Of the there was someone else that we said, and I can't remember who.
Wong.
Wong, yes.
Wong.
I think Free's enough. Free's arguably too bad.
Wait, what if it's not Wong? What if it's like Caecilius, the bad guy or something from there? Because it's like a different universe. Play around with it a bit.
Which one's Caecilius? Oh yeah.
Yeah, like Mads Mikkelsen. Mads Mikkelsen. Like.
Yeah. Like that equivalent. So to wrap this all up, we are essentially doing a revisit of Phase 2 in the Doom universe.
Yeah.
Right? And Episode 1 is essentially this weird kind of Dracula in Latveria style version of Age of Ultron, where Prime Mover wakes up for the first time and we get snippets of the universe. We realise that the Fantastic Four's in this world and everything's going on. And we see Doctor Doom for the first time. And then Agent Coulson, ding dong, rings the bell and says, blah, 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 blah. All of this shit's been happening in the America. Yeah. And then Doctor Doom says, I don't care. Here's my little scrapyard son.
I don't care unless, but like, I'll give you this robot, but I can't
I'll give you my
leave.
failure robot. And then he'll be like, fair enough. And then they'll go on a road trip in America, undercover, and they will find Spider-Man, Rhodey, and Wong of this universe.
Yeah.
Probably get them all killed in episode 3, which is the Winter Soldier.
Oh, which is like where we get to like the proper Winter Soldier stuff.
Yeah, but these are all their versions that never really made it big.
Quickly. There's no Captain America because Captain Hydra. It's Steve Rogers that was captured,
and it's that one little thing that got snipped to all hell where it says Hail Hydra.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
But I think we do,
and that's the final reveal in Winter Soldier, is that there is a Captain Hydra that is being...
who's like the reason why it didn't get stopped
Yeah.
straight away. And then the ending of the show.
And this is a world where instead of Bucky getting taken in Captain America, it's Steve Rogers gets taken and becomes essentially the Winter Soldier, but instead of being the Winter Soldier, he is Captain Hydra.
Captain Hydra, yeah.
Yes. And then the group fights back, they take all the helicarriers, and then boom, Doctor Doom appears, takes over the helicarriers,
yeah, and then
takes over America.
And then and also
kills all of Shield,
kills off all of the Hydra agents, and then also targets all of the ex-Shield people who've maybe helped them start their revolution, and is like under new management, like that kind of
and that is a free episode little mini series on Disney Plus.
Yes.
So they probably set like the same
and
way.
And it'll cost $1 billion.
It'll cost $1 billion. And the same way
half of that is going to Robert Downey Jr.
The same way that like when Alien Romulus came out, they were like, remember, we've got all of the Alien movies on Disney Plus. It'll be like the same vibe.
Yeah, remember
this thing's coming out in cinemas.
Yeah, please watch
this. Watch this
as homework.
All right, and with that, Mr. Feige.
Yeah.
That's our proposition for
This was a great episode.
Moving about.
Yeah, this was a great episode 1 of Freaky Feiges. We'll see you next time.